Yo, what up? It's your boy Marvin on Beats, and I would like to take a few minutes to let you guys into my studio. I'm gonna go through the things that I use, some important tools that I have to have in order to function between making beats, loading stuff on my social media, loading stuff on my YouTube. Alright? Let's go. Alright, so as you can see, the brains of it all, I have my iPad Pro. This is the iPad Pro that I use. I have had the iPad Mini, the regular iPad, and just recently jumped into the Pro. I like the Pro because it's much bigger. The pads look like MPC pads on the screen. That's how big they are. So I got my iPad. This thing here is called, sorry about the finger in there, it's called the PreSonus Audio Box i2. I did a review on this bad boy over at machinemasters.com. I will post the link in the description so you can check that out. But this is my interface. This interface also works with PC and Mac, but it is made for the iPad. This is an iPad interface. So, and I like it. You have 2 channels. You got your outs and stuff on the back and all that good stuff. So if you want more in-depth details of it, like I say, I'll post a link in the description and you can check out a full review on the Audio Box i2. Then we go over to this old school keyboard, the Oxygen M Audio, the M Audio Oxygen 8. They don't even make these anymore, to tell you the truth. Something that I picked up at a pawn shop just for the simple fact of, having some keys to press on. For a long time, I used to just do the keys. I used to just play the keys on the iPad via Beatmaker. And now that I have the big boy here, those keys are even much bigger in Beatmaker on the iPad. But yeah, this little thing here, I picked it up from a pawn shop, and the iPad and my interface, it runs MIDI. They have the MIDI plugs, the MIDI ports on the back. So it's communicating, the keyboard is communicating from the keyboard to the interface into the iPad. It has I'm running the 5-pin MIDI, the old school MIDI. But I could have just went straight from my keyboard into my iPad. But I like to I didn't want to, I wanted more flexibility, so I'm running it through my interface, and I'm going to show you how I could have did that once I just turn the camera back to where I needed to be. Just wanted to give you guys a little rundown on what I use. Oh, and you might be looking at, what is this yellow thing? What is this thing here? Well, this is a custom made box that I had one of the brothers at my church to make for me. It's a custom box that he made. I had a custom box for the 3rd generation iPad, and I got him to make this, and he added my colors as well. And some people be like, well, dang, Marv, you doing the most. Well, that's what I like to do. I wanted to have a stand to where, I can, I have it on the tilt. It's comfortable for me versus landing flat or getting another stand. I wanted to have something, where it has a nice slant on it, you know what I'm saying, and it's in a box, so it's just something that I did with my first iPad, and I posted on Instagram, man, and actually my homeboy, he picked up some business doing that. If you guys are interested in getting a custom made box, man, just hit me up. DM me on Instagram, man, and I can get you in contact, man. Got like, a couple of guys that hit me up and already in getting that box custom made. So I think it's really neat. I think it was necessary for me. Some people may say, well, I don't need that. Well, I do. So that's my setup, and then you see my laptop and all that stuff, interface, all that. But this is my mobile stuff, and the beautiful thing about this is if I ever have to travel, I can just pack it in my bag, and go, and even in my video that I mentioned, the video that I did the other day, I can just take my iPad, put it on my lap, and I can roll, so there's a few more things we're going to get into. I'm going to flip the screen over, and I'm going to show you a couple other things. All right, so first thing I want to show you guys, necessary piece that you need if you're an iPad producer, is this thing here. This is the camera USB plug. I think that's the name of it. If you can see, they have a USB here, and then you have your power plug that you plug in. This is something important that you need if you're gonna use your MIDI controller, unless you have an interface like I do. But you're gonna need this to run a USB MIDI, and you just plug it up here and plug your lightning here, and boom, and you're good to go. Plug your, of course, plug your lightning, plug your power cord into the power source, into the plug, and you are good to go. So I do highly recommend that you get this. You guys may be looking at it and saying, man, what is this silver wrapped around it? This is something that I learned from the homie Cheese Music, Beatmaker's the Squad. Please follow him over at Instagram. I'll put his link in the description. My homie, he's dedicated a whole page just for Beatmaker, and he be having some dope tips and tricks and all that good stuff. But I seen him posted this on his Instagram on how to save your plugs from getting a shortage. And you just take a paper clip, wrap it around from the head, and wrap it straight. And I think this was dope, man. So all of my lightning cables have a paper clip on them, all of them, because it ain't nothing like trying to work and you got a shortage somewhere. So I definitely thought that was a good tip that he had posted on his Instagram. So yeah, so you need this, and you need this. I recommend, now a lot of you guys may have this. A lot of you guys may be using this with your iPad. I recommend you get rid of this. This is for your iPhone. Get rid of this. I recommend that you go buy an Apple original wall-in charger, and not just anyone, but it needs to say 12 wattage. You need the 12 watt power adapter. The reason you need the 12 watt adapter is because even with my interface, I can't run my interface with this. I need something with extra, at least it recommends at least 10 wattage. So I picked up a 12 watt power adapter. It's much stronger, give you the necessary juice that you need to continue on, and that's the only way the interface is going to power up, with a 12 wattage, the 10 wattage power USB power charger. So, and you can go pick this up you can pick it up on Amazon. It has to be the Apple original one, and it needs to say 12 wattage. So pick that up. All right. This next thing here is called the Nano Key 2. Nano Key 2. Nothing special about it, but it does get the job done when you're out and about. I keep this in my book bag with me and use it a lot when I'm, out somewhere. Like I say, nothing special. USB, plug it into your camera adapter, and you can get busy. This is called the Korg Nano 2, Nano Key 2, and you can just go pick this up over at Amazon. I believe this is what I got this is where I got this from Amazon. Real comes in handy. Now this last piece that I'm gonna show you guys is something that I think is the second most important thing that I have besides my iPad. And because I post a lot of videos on Instagram, it's very necessary for me excuse me, very necessary for me to have this next piece. I did an Instagram live maybe about a month ago, just talking about your first impression is the best impression. And my point of saying it is I see a lot of guys, they are, posting beats on their Instagram and stuff, and the beats may be dope, but there's a problem. You can't hear them. You can't hear them. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, for me, I just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? If I can't really hear it, or if I got to be, putting my ear to the phone, or even if I have on headphones and you can, if you got headphones on, you can hardly hear it. Man, I just keep it moving. I don't even like it. One thing that has helped me with my Instagram, and has helped me to, gain a platform and get people to follow me is the quality of my 1 minute videos. I record my videos with my iPhone, and I use this thing here. It is called the Irig Pre. The Irig Pre. This thing here is what you need. If you're going to be posting your videos on Instagram or on any social media, you need this. I highly recommend this. Now, if you're in a big studio and the speakers are booming, that's one thing. But when you are, at home and, you just posting stuff and your camera all over the place and the beat may be waving, might be turned up, but man, it is so whack when you can't hear it or when things sound like it's just so far away. You know what I'm saying? Make the investment in buying this. This won't even set you back $50. I think I might have got it for about $40. It's called the Irig Pre. One side goes into your iPad, or in my case, one side go into my iPhone. And on the other side here, and let me get the wire. It takes an XLR plug. I have an XLR 2/4 inch. I don't know if you can see that, but it's plugged into my headphone jack on my interface. And I go here, go to my phone, cut the power on. There's a power button on it. If I'm running, and it's generally made for this little preamp is really made for if you can use it for your music or guitar, but it has a phantom power on here for a condenser mic, mainly for interviews and stuff. I have used it for my podcast, but I find myself using this a lot for my Instagram videos. Cut the power on, make sure the level is set where it ain't all loud and blurry. And man, you make your video and make it nice and clean. The quality sound is good, and you'll find people, actually, liking the stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't proclaim to be the best producer. There's some guys that are much colder than me on the iPad, on Beatmaker. But I have been able to gain a little, platform because of the quality of the work that I do and the quality of the videos that I put out. The sound is on point, the video is on point, everything was on point. You never know who's looking at those videos. You know what I'm saying? So your first impression is your best impression. If you want people to stop, check your stuff out, fix it up right, man. Dress it up right. So I say this is the second important piece of gear that I have in my studio. This Irig Pre by IK Media, and it takes a 9-volt battery to juice up for the phantom power to work. Nice investment. Highly recommend this. I guarantee you, if you get this, it'll change your social media game. So that's all my tools. Of course, I do have my headphones and stuff. Nothing fancy. I have a pair of AKGs and a pair of KRK headphones that I tend to use a lot of times. I use one, if I'm doing some recording and anything. I don't necessarily use it with my iPad. I got some JBL earbuds that I use, if I'm out and about or whatever. So, but yeah, man, that's my whole setup. Please, man, give me a thumbs up if you like it. Give me a thumbs down if you don't. If there's something that you guys want me to discuss or talk about in regards to the iPad or Beatmaker or any other apps, please leave a comment below. I appreciate you guys for tuning in with me, man. I'm trying to be more proactive on my YouTube channel. And yeah, man, stay tuned. We got some stuff popping off. You dig? It's your boy More from the Beats, and I'll see you guys soon. Grace and peace.